Hey, real quick, let's give Josh House and all of our youth leaders a round of applause real quick. Say thank y'all. I mean, really. That game was fun. That was pretty cool. All right, so tonight what we're doing is we are starting a brand new series, Attitude Adjustment. It was up there and everything. We're on, it's fine, no worries. On each of those, Attitude Adjustment, okay? And so we got week 1 and everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it off with a story. I got it all written out here, so I say it the correct way because I'm known to throw tangents and stuff in there and randomly say stuff or anything like that. So let's start with the story. All right, so 2 horses are living on a farm. They worked the field. They pulled the plow. They pulled the carts to and from town. All was good. They got fed their food. Everything was great, okay? Then, one day, the farmer brings home a pig. Okay, he brings home this pig. The farmer takes this pig, puts it in a nice pen with a heater, feeds it the best food, and it lives the nice life. Okay, it's living great. This goes on for a few weeks. All right, the horses during these weeks, the horses work the farm while the pig does nothing. Okay, the horse sleeps standing in the cold barn, and the pig sleeps in its nice, comfy, heated pen. Okay, I'm making sure I'm in the right spot. Okay, while the pig does nothing, sleeps in a nice, comfy pen. The horses eat dry oats, and the pig eats the best food the horses had ever seen. Okay, oatmeal, all this stuff. Okay, and one horse asked the other, "How is it fair that we do all the work for the farmer and we are treated so poorly?" Okay, the other horse agrees and they are angry. The pig does no work whatsoever. Why does he get the best food? A week later, the farmer's daughter gets married at the farm. The 2 horses are pulling the wedding carriage and are so mad about that pig getting all that food that they're about to buck the reins and run off. Okay, during this wedding. Okay, right when they're about to run off, they look at the food table, and as they see the pig on the wedding table, he's not eating. The pig has been killed and cooked whole. Okay, so the moral of this one, we all look around and see what others have, what we want, what, right? Okay, we sit there, we look around, we say, hey, how did these folks have such a good life? But we don't really know what's about to happen or what's going on in their life or what's going to happen to them or anything there. And we've all done it. We've all had the time of being like, dang, you know, that person, they got the new phone or the new shoes or the nice car or hell, even the best girlfriend or boyfriend or anything like that, right? They got something that we want or anything, okay? So a lot of you have better things than a lot of other folks, okay? You have the good things on you too. Somebody's jealous of you for something that you have, okay? So each of those. So you always look at folks a better thing than you, but you never look and notice what folks don't have that you have, okay? So tonight what we're going to be talking about is rather than be envious of others for the things that you don't have, be thankful for the things that you do have, okay? On each of those. So if the first one, right up here, our first blank, if you always want what you don't have, you'll never be thankful for what you do have. Okay, so you want to be thankful for that. All right, so let's go. I'm going to say it a bunch. Okay, so let's go to our first bit of scripture here, really our only bit of scripture. We're going to go to Matthew chapter 13, verse 53 through 58. Okay, when Jesus had finished these parables, he left there. He went to his hometown and began to teach them in the synagogue, so that they were astonished and said, "Where did this man get this wisdom and these miraculous powers? Isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't his mother called Mary, and his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas, and his sisters? Aren't they all with us? Where does he get all of these things? And they were offended by him. Jesus said to them, "A prophet is not without honor except in his hometown and in his household." And he did not do many miracles there because of their disbelief or their unbelief. Okay, so this is about 1 year. This is about 1 whole year after Jesus started his ministry, going around doing miracles, healing folks, stuff like that. Okay, and pretty much at this point, he's healed thousands, he's raised people from the dead, and pretty much by this point in their time, he's a celebrity. Everybody's talking about him. This crazy guy doing all these miracles and everything. Okay, and so pretty much whenever a celebrity rolls up into town, how do they treat him? Pretty good, right? If somebody, let's say, I don't know who's a good celebrity to use an example. I don't care. Hey, Beyonce, Queen Bee herself rolled up in this little town of Coldwater. How many other folks from other towns are going to roll up in here just to see her? It's probably going to be a lot of folks in here, right? More folks than Coldwater can handle. Okay, so most of the time, whenever a celebrity goes somewhere, they are celebrated. They're a celebrity, right? Okay. So what Jesus decided to do after he'd done all these miracles and done all this stuff, he decided to go to his hometown. Okay, his hometown of Nazareth. He's going right back. And it meant a lot to him. It's just like your hometown here in Coldwater, Senatobia, Hernando, wherever out in the county or whatever, wherever you're from. Okay, it means a lot to him, and it meant a lot to him. When Jesus came to Nazareth and began to preach, the people of Nazareth were not happy. They were not about it. They did not like it. It was like, who is this guy to tell us what to do? Where did he get these so-called powers and everything there? They actually were shocked at about what Jesus was saying. Okay, they couldn't believe it. And the other people took offense to him, and not only did they question it about what he had done, but they flat out rejected him. They didn't want nothing to do with this guy. They didn't believe nothing about him. And he said, when he said, had no honor at the end of that, had no honor in his hometown and in his household. What he meant is that they treated him with no honor. They treated him like just some vagabond come up off the street and was lying to him or anything there. They were hostile to Jesus, and obviously they treated him poorly. Okay? So imagine somebody like that. You have Beyonce or whoever roll up into Coldwater, and everybody's like, boo, hiss, go away. Okay, or anything like that. That wouldn't probably happen or anything there, right? Not that many people are going to show, you never know, or anything there, okay? So imagine how this must have felt. Jesus acknowledged that he had no honor in his hometown, surrounded by his friends and family. All the people that he thought he could trust, all the folks from his hometown, they didn't treat him with any honor. They treated him the worst, okay? So they had rejected him in his hometown. Imagine becoming famous. You come here, and everyone now hates you. You didn't do nothing wrong. You just showed up to Coldwater. Now everybody hates you, okay? If you didn't, it doesn't even matter what you did nothing bad. Now everybody hates you here, okay? So Jesus had come to help and do great things. We've all heard the stories. We've been here a while. We've heard the great things that Jesus has done in that 1 year that he had already done it. He showed up to Nazareth to do the same thing. Okay, he showed up to do great things, okay? But instead of accepting him, they rejected him and resented him for this, okay? And because of this, Jesus left without doing much of anything, okay? Nobody accepted him. Nobody brought them into their lives, so he couldn't do much for them, okay? If we reject him, we can't do much. So they had salvation right there, but they did not take advantage of it. They had all the power of Jesus and the Son of God and everything, and they outright, flat out rejected it. We don't want any of that or anything there, okay? So, we've all had that moment, right? There's been something staring us square in the face, okay? We need to either do something about it, find something or anything there. Me and Rachel have a term for this. I call it dad vision, okay? It is dad vision because it will be square right there. Okay, and I'll be looking around it, move it out the way and everything. I'm like, Rachel, where is this stupid thing? I can't find it. And you've had this happen with your mama, I bet. Okay, your mama or your daddy or something. You've looked all in your room. You've looked for whatever that thing is, and you're like, Mom, I can't find it. I don't know where it is. And she walks right in there and she goes, it's right here. It's happened, right? You notice things, and sometimes you just look square past them. Okay, but it's staring you in the face. If it was a snake, it would have bit me, right? On each of those. So, you have called your mom, done all that. It's so easy to miss something that is right in front of you, something that you're used to being there and something that you expect to be there. Okay, so our next one is don't be blind to your blessings. Don't be blind to the things that are standing in there and looking you square in the eyes. Okay, all those opportunities, things you could do, whatever, people there in your life and everything. And then the next one, here's the kicker. Your blessings are often right in front of you. Like I said, they're sitting there, they're staring you square in the eyes. Okay, they're waiting, they're ready. They're ready to go, they're right there for you. Okay, so I'm going to look at this. All right, so think about things that we can be thankful for. And one thing I know, and I deal with this every day because this is where I work, some folks, and I know you probably don't feel this way, probably not super thankful about school, right? Having to go to school and everything like that. But I promise you, it is a privilege. Okay, it is a huge privilege to be able to go over there and be educated about all the things you're educated on. Out of the entire world, according to ourworldanddata.org, about 60 million children in the world, and that's probably a low number, but 60 million have no access whatsoever or are outright barred from going to school, okay? Nothing. They can't do nothing. They can't set up. They can't even try to read books or anything there. And in these places like this, a lot of places, especially that go against women or anything, they actively will hunt out people. If you're trying to educate somebody like this, they will stone you and kill you. Okay, so all these areas. So that's, you can't do much. If you can't go to school, which sounds like a terrible day for us, okay, we don't like it. But imagine never getting any sort of education. You can't read. You don't know numbers or anything like that. You can't rise to any sort of influence. If you can't speak, if you can't read or anything, you can't go to any sort of influence or anything there, have any power, and you can't get out of poverty whatsoever. You have no advantage to do anything in your life that will empower you toward that. Okay, so our next one, you were able to turn, you could have turned to that passage we just read in a full text Bible. Okay, we have copies literally sitting right over here. I don't think Josh House is going to be mad at me for saying take one. Okay, if you're going to take it and read it, take it. Okay, take that thing home. And beyond that, you have that Bible app, right? I have it on my phone. It still sends me little notifications every day. It says, hey, read this or whatever or anything. Now, half the time, anyway. But I'm going to read them. Okay, I promise you I'm going to read them. I say I'm going to do it. I'm going to be honest. But I like to read them sometimes. Now, sometimes they do come right back at you. But anyway, you're able to turn to that in a full text Bible or anything. And you have instant access to the Word of God. And pretty much any word you want through your phone and through that Bible app. And so, however, in the Middle Ages, the Bible would have cost a whole year's salary. They're so expensive that only colleges, and high-end colleges at that, had them. Most churches didn't even have a copy. They were preaching off of copies made of one of these Bibles from a college. And what a blessing we have in our accessibility to the Bible and the Word of God and everything. Our blessing there, okay? Imagine a full year's salary. What do y'all think you make in an entire year? And I know some of y'all don't really have much of a job, but like imagine working part-time, working full-time. You're going to make an entire year. I'm going to be frank. I make about $40,000 a year, okay, working at Northwest. I ain't rich by any means, okay? We're making it, though. Imagine spending $40,000 for a Bible, okay? And everything there. It's insane amounts of money. And you're like, dang, you're rolling in money. Bills will eat you up, baby. I promise. It's going to happen to you. I could not, for the love of God, even if I wanted to, I couldn't spend $40,000 on a single thing. Okay? I don't have $40,000 right now. Anyway. Okay, so each of those. So, I can't buy anything like that. I can't put that in. All right, so, Phil, what's your point here? Okay? Our next one, gratitude will change your entire attitude. Gratitude will change your entire attitude. So take a good hard look around you. Take an honest inventory of all the blessings that you have in your life. You will see that the list is nearly endless. If we did this thought process and we started just, hey, I'm happy for heat. Good Lord Almighty, I bet you're happy for heat right now if it's so cold outside. I'm happy for my phone, my Wi-Fi, my mama, my dad, all these different things, my dog, all these different things you're thankful for, obviously, and everything there. But all of these things is nearly endless in all your gratification and everything. So you have so, and I put all these so much to be thankful for, I promise. Even if you don't think so, you really do, I promise. Okay, so your friends, your family, house, cat, blah, 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 and everything there. And if we aren't thankful for these things, you really aren't paying attention. Okay? You really are not paying attention. If you're not thankful for these good things that you have in your life, you're not paying attention. Okay? So the big thing here, when you're thankful, okay, it's not happy people who are thankful. It's thankful people that are happy. Okay? It does not go the other way. Okay? You don't just turn up one day and it's like, you know what? I've made it. I've got every single thing in the world that I want. I got everything better than my neighbor, than that person, that girl, that guy, whatever. Now I can be thankful for everything I got. No, the folks that you're going to meet that are genuinely happy, down to the core, content with life and everything, are thankful for every little bit they got. They might have they might not have much. They might have one pair of shoes or anything, but they're doggone, they're thankful for that pair of shoes. One pair of boots that's got a hole in it. One car that barely runs on warm days or anything like that. Has a jacked up transmission like my old truck and everything, but I was thankful for it because dang it got me to where I needed to go sometimes or anything there, okay, and everything. So, it's not happy people, okay? Happiness on this one, okay? Happiness comes from being thankful for everything around you. That's where happiness comes from. And I promise you, the things that you have, you can find happiness in that. Okay? So, our next one, our next fill in the blank, and I feel like I'm rolling through these fill in the blanks and everything. I go quick on this one. But anyway, okay, I'm used to these slides. Click, 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 click. Anyway, okay? So, the next one is the practice of gratitude not only brings you closer to God, but also empowers you to find peace despite your problems, okay? The practice. When you go to practice for a sport or you practice to do something, what are you doing in practice? Getting better? Are you actually doing the thing or not? Yes. You're actually doing it. You're doing it. So let's do it, okay? So I want you to take some time, like right now. I want you to do it right now, all right? Y'all got pens. Hopefully y'all been filling in these blanks as fast as I've been going through and everything, okay? Below that, on the bottom, okay, I know y'all got space underneath that reading guide and everything. I want you to make a 1, a 2, and a 3. 1, a 2, and a 3, I don't care. 1, 2, 3, for bilingual compadre, okay, and everything there. All right. All right, so I want you to write 3 things that you're thankful for, and before you put down dog, house, whatever, I don't care about that right now. We can talk about that in small group. That's cool, and I know you're thankful for it, but I don't want just a thing, a word. I want some sort of an experience. Think of names, experiences, and feelings that you can be thankful for. God's given you so much, and let's commit to practicing that gratitude. All right, while y'all writing down, you might be stuck. You might have some writer's block. Let me tell you 3 things I'm thankful for, okay? Last night, I tried to keep it to one day. I was trying to keep it to today, but I got to talk about last night. Last night, we finished up our softball co-ed league. Man, we might have gotten smoked in the last inning, but, dude, we had fun. It was great. I'm so thankful for every single one of those, definitely, okay? Every single one of us got out there, and I about blew my hammy out my leg and everything, and it was wonderful. I'm thankful for that. All the folks there. Okay, this morning I got up and I watched with my tiny little baby. Y'all saw him probably get passed around with everybody. Got him out the bed. We watched Bluey with Rachel and everything. Love me some Bluey. And we had a great time. Watched him smiling and everything. You know the third thing I'm thankful for? I got to come here tonight and talk to y'all. I got to come here tonight and talk to y'all. Isn't that a blessing? Good Lord. Okay, I can spend my Wednesdays with y'all and these youth leaders that we have. And I'm thankful for this church, Josh House, and everybody else in this room. Okay? So anyway, 3 things. Okay, give me 3 things. All right, give me 3 things. Now, the thing is, if you don't want to share them, it's cool or anything like that. Write me 3 things, and I promise you, when I get to small group, them poor boys, when they get over there on the couch, I'm going to ask them about it. Okay, so Jay will, sorry. And everything there. But I'm going to ask you about it. You're going to have to tell me at least one and everything there, Tyler and all them. Okay, so your 3 things. Write them out. Okay? That's good. All right, so our last fill in the blank, okay, is let gratitude change your attitude. Okay? Let gratitude change your attitude. By thinking of those 3 things that you just wrote down, those positive things that you're thankful for in the day, that can bring some sort of positivity to you, and that's something to work towards. That can bring you a little bit closer to not only God, but to happiness. Okay? On each of these. Okay? So, if you actually did it, if you actually wrote down your 3 things that actually make you happy, okay, you can quickly realize that you are truly, truly blessed, okay? You are blessed. All the negativity in the world, all the negativity in your life, all the problems that you think you have, I promise you somebody's looking at you and saying, dang, they got everything, okay, on each of these. So, the more thankful we are for what we have, the happier we will be when we even get what we want. Okay, and everything there. So the more thankful you are and everything there. Now, I thought this was pretty appropriate coming on the front end of Thanksgiving and everything there. But truly, be thankful for what you have. It's almost like House planned it out like that and everything. Okay, so be thankful. Another thing I'm going to tell you to do, hey, be thankful for these folks that come and talk to you every week. Tell one of your youth leaders, don't tell me. I know, I'm cool. I'm not worried about it. Tell somebody, one of your other youth leaders, hey, man, thank you for coming in here and talking to us. Okay, thank you for spending your night and everything. I could be sitting at home watching Blue with Sanders. Okay, that'd be fun. Okay, but no, we're up here, we're talking and stuff. And I love y'all just as much as I love him. Okay, so we're going to be thankful to them. Tell them thank you. And guys, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all very much. And I'm thankful for y'all, everybody. Woo! Thank y'all.